Technical difficulties, everyone. I should not touch buttons. Hello, hello, hello. And thank you for coming in tonight. Ah, I got a different camera. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see the actual color of the yarn that I am trying to show you. There we go. Let me get back to this screen so I can see you guys. There you go. Hello, Miss Lulu and Sally and Puddin', Miss Mary, welcome in. Miss Angela, welcome in. The Naked Snail, Miss Demetra, welcome in. Give it a few minutes and let some people come in that if they want to. Don't know what I feel about the camera switching the view on its own, but I like the color that it's showing. So, we're going to call it a win. Hello, Arrow Lover. Welcome in. Hello, Miss Crystal. Welcome in, sweetheart. I hope that your night is going well. I hope all of you are having a good night, and I hope that you had a good weekend. Let's do the true test. Can we see teals as teals? Well, they're still muted. This is a nice brighter teal up through this area here. Well, it's dark, but it's brighter than what you're seeing. It's muted. But the colors are much closer to what they should be. That is a proper pink right there. It's fairly close. So we're going to go with it. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Welcome in. Drop one. Hello, Mandy. Welcome in, sweetheart. Now I do have fiber and yarn tonight. Now the fiber can be purchased as fiber if you know another spinner that can spin it up for you, or you're a spinner yourself, or you can purchase it as a pre-done yarn, meaning that you purchase the fiber, but you're also paying me to spin it up for you. So two different prices for that. And I did it that way just because I know I do have some spinners that come in, but not a whole lot. And if someone sees a colorway in the fiber that they would like to see turned into yarn, I can also offer that to them. That's going to weird me out all night long. Hello, Miss Lydia. But before we get into that, first, I owe you guys an apology. I ended the party without drawing the names for our live giveaway. Not only did I forget to draw the 5 that we do every single live, but I forgot to do the extras that I had promised via the goal. So to make up for that, because obviously I can't go retroactively and have you guys pick names or pick something or whatever and spam the chat and pick winners that way. So everybody that commented within the first 24 to 36 hours of the live got wrote down. No matter what their comment was, whether it was replay love or they actually, put party in the sentence like they were supposed to get in for the replay giveaway. Everybody that commented got into the live draw. That was the best way that I could think to, oh goodness, my hair's a mess tonight, but thank you. It was the only way that I could think to make up for it. And I do deeply apologize. I should have had that one wrote down. I did everything that I had wrote down. I just didn't have that one wrote down. So I forgot and I'm sorry. But we are also going to pick a replay winner from that night. Now, on a separate list, I went in and made another giveaway wheel, and everybody that used the word party uh, up until about 10 minutes ago, because I double checked about 10 minutes ago and had just one more name I had to get onto the list. So I got that done, and we're going to draw that person tonight. I have been recording all day today, so I have a lot of editing to do tonight. I recorded a roll tutorial, some dinner rolls, along with I was making dinner, so I decided, I'd make up some rolls because they're really, really yummy, and I think that you guys will enjoy that recipe. Now, you don't really have to watch the tutorial if you know how to make bread or rolls. You can just simply get the recipe from me. I have no problem with that. But if you wouldn't mind watching the video, just to help the algorithms find me, that would be absolutely amazing of you, and I would be very, very appreciative. So let's first get this picker wheel up. There we go. Now this person that gets drawn from this back to the screen so I can see what you guys see a little bit, is going to take home a medium size, oh, ads. Okay, we'll wait a second, Miss Sally. I wish that little video wouldn't play on there. Every time I try to get rid of it, though, it just won't go away. Get out of there. Go away. Hopefully it'll stay away this time. I've clicked out of that thing like 5 or 6 times. Well, thank you, Miss Demetra. All right. So Miss Sally says we're back from the ads. So we have a medium size zippered tote. I do realize Dallas Cowboys isn't going to be everybody's favorite. Maybe if you don't care for the Cowboys, you'll know somebody that does. And we also have a super cute little 100-gram cake bag. Well, it's good news that they figured something out at least a little bit, Miss Lydia. I hope that your insurance will cover that for you, and that you can. Goodness sakes, let me let me hide that for a second. There we go. We have the notions pouch, or the notions pouch. Oh my goodness, the zippered medium sized bag. Now, there is a notions pouch on the inside, and then we have the 100-gram cake sack. Hello, Chris. Welcome in. Those will be yours. You will also get some of the cute little progress keepers that I made, and one of the sun catchers up here. All I need from you is your address. Now, if your name is chosen, please email me at queenscraftsbybridget@yahoo.com. I need your name, your government name, or whatever you want me to send it in. I mean, if you want me to send it in your YouTube name, not a problem. I also need your YouTube name and your address. That's all I need from you. If you purchase from me tonight, I will give you the number of the yarn on my list. I will give you the name. If you could remember the name or the number, that would be greatly helpful. And then when you email me, I need, of course, your address, your name, and your YouTube name so I can match everything up and make sure everybody gets what they are supposed to be getting. I go through one at a time, take care of everybody so that, I hopefully don't make any mistakes. I have twice in the past made mistakes because I tried to do too much at once. And I don't like doing that. I don't like making mistakes. And I especially don't want to make a mistake and somebody isn't going to get what they ordered from me, because That breaks my heart. All right, let's pull this circle dealy back up. There we go. We're going to go over here. We're going to give it just a couple shuffles just for the giggles of it. And then we're going to hit spin and it will pick our winner. Alley Cat Crochet, congratulations. You have 48 hours to get a hold of me and claim your prize. There we go. All right. I think we'll start with the fiber. This one is number 22. It is called, named it Mother Nature. It is a 4-ounce braid, so it would equal a 4-ounce hank of yarn. Can be spun just about any weight that you would like. If you are a spinner and you want to spin this yourself, it is $25, and the shipping is free inside the U.S. Outside of the U.S., we will work on it. If you want me to spin this yarn up for you, then it will be $60. And I'm just gonna hit the time that I'm doing it, and then there we go. If this one is an extremely deep, deep purple, leaning almost into the black range. It is such a deep purple, but there are lighter spots. And then we have a bit of pink where the purple kind of came apart a little bit. Some red, a little bit of pink where the red broke down, and then a nice dark green. Thank you, Miss Puddin'. I will get you wrote down in just a moment. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Miss Gwen. Welcome in. And also, at the very top of my description box tonight, well, not the very, very top, right underneath my name and my P.O. box, there is a link to my second channel with the king where you can watch us go on motorcycle rides and whatnot. We only have one short up right now, but I am in the middle of editing a few videos to put up so that you guys can watch as we ride out to an old abandoned, well, not abandoned, an old fort that is now you can go and visit and walk around inside and on top of and explore. It's a national park area close by Hilton Head, South Carolina, down by Savannah, Georgia area. It's a very, very cool trip, and hopefully you guys will enjoy riding along with us to check all that out. But we are Coastal Cruisers, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The channel was the King's idea, so we're going to give it a go. He got us the camera that you're actually watching me on tonight. He got us for riding, and we can take some very cool videos while we're riding. And I can actually spin the camera around, and you can see a 360-degree view of what we're seeing as we're riding. So it's really neat. Put that back there, and we will move on to the next one. This one I called Peace and Serenity. Now this is it actually is fairly close to what you're seeing there. Very, very close to what you're seeing. Again, this one is 25 if you just want it as roving, 60 if you want it spun up. Number 21, Peace and Serenity. And there's only one more fiber because I knew it probably wouldn't be extremely popular, but I did want to try it out because it is something different that my fellow dyers are not doing. Hmm. That might actually be because the audio is coming from, maybe it's coming from that camera. Is anyone else having a hard time hearing me? I can switch to another camera, um, but then you won't see the colors as true. Hello, Miss Rebecca. Welcome in. Okay. Puddin says she can hear me. Hate to have technical difficulties. I'm not very technically savvy. All right. Thank you, Arrow Lover. Now, Jennifer can't hear me. That is so strange. Why would some people have? Well, I will try to stay looking forward and speak a little bit louder. If there are other issues, or if it continues and it becomes a massive problem, then I will switch to the other camera and we'll go back to, I guess, describing what the color looks like in reality versus the picture that you're seeing. No, oh, Sally, no, don't be sorry, sweetheart. Not at all. I would rather you guys let me know that there's an issue rather than to not let me know because if you don't say something, I have no way of knowing. I can't listen to my live while I'm in my live because it'll cause echo feedback and all that. You guys have heard, the loud screeches and all that. I'm sure, not only on my channel but other channels having issues with. All right, I'll put that back there. And now this is the last fiber I have. I have called it Magic Potion. It is number 20. It is some deep dark teals and some purples. Like I said, this one is a little bit off. It's not quite as popping of a color than what you're seeing. It's actually more popping of a color than what you're seeing. Um, but it is fairly true. The king is always fussing at me that I don't talk loud enough. Even like we'll go out to a restaurant and the poor waitress will ask me what I said 3 or 4 times. I feel like I'm screaming, but he says I'm whispering. Hello, Bear. Welcome in tonight. Great to see you, sweetheart. And also, thank you very much to the ones that have already subscribed to the new channel. We've had almost 500 views on our very first short, which is awesome. Um, I don't know what I'm doing right over there that I'm doing wrong over here, but hey, we're gonna go with it. Actually, I just think that more people are into motorcycles than are into crochet. It's actually the big difference, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we'll put that one back. Oop. Oh, Chris, as I tell all of my other friends, spin with us, spin with us, spin with us. Spinning can be a very well, it depends on what route you wanna go. I mean, it can be a very costly hobby, but it doesn't have to be. Honestly, it does not have to be. A drop spindle's between 20 and 30 bucks, and you can spin yarn on a drop spindle very nicely. Um, Spinning wheels now, those, not only are they costly, but they tend to multiply. They're kinda like rabbits in that way. Alright, so we're gonna go on to our yarns. Now, the ones that I have multiples of, you do not have to buy the multiple, like, you don't have to buy all that's available is what I'm saying. So, if you want all that's available, I'll give you the number of how many I have and just put, if you want 2, you put 2 and dibs, or dibs and 2, however you wanna do it. If you just want 1, you just put 1 and dibs. I hope that that works. These are all $25 a piece. They are all fingering weight yarn, um, but we go over the yardage for the different ones once we get there. $25, no shipping inside of the US. Uh, we will negotiate shipping or reduce shipping outside of the US. And thank you very much, Miss Kendra. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The first yarn we have is number 19, Baby Bell. And this yarn here is, I promise you it's not white. I know it's very, very light colored, but this yarn here was dyed solely with hibiscus flowers. It is a very light pink, almost, like it's, I wish I had an actual, there we go. So the yarn started out about this color, and that's where she ended up. So it is a very light pink. There we go. It trips me out every time the camera moves like that. I know it's focusing, but it's just so weird. It was a lot of fun to dye with the flowers, and I have a bunch of other herbs and some powders that I'm going to be making some dyes with. I cannot wait um, to start doing that. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the stats. This is 100% superwash wool. Number 2, 4 ounces, 393 yards. It is a roving style yarn, meaning it is not plied. Yeah, I like the natural dyes too myself, Chris. I use all either kitchen safe food colorings or natural stuff from the environment, herbs, flowers, and whatnot. Um, I am in the process right now of using up all of my kitchen dyes, my food colorings, and trying to get more into the just natural dyes, just because it's better for my property and the way that I live, being that my water goes out into my ground where I grow my food. I don't want to put a bunch of into my environment where my food grows. Okay, we will move on. This next one is a number 18, Tinkerbell. There are 2 available. It again is 100% superwash, 4 ounces, 393 yards. It is a pretty little blue, and the pink that is in it is also was also dyed with the hibiscus flowers. Huh. You'll have to tell me all about that, Bear. I would love to hear about it. Um, because I know you've tried quite a few natural dyes. So if you want something that bad, it must come out with a really pretty color. Thank you, Miss Gwen. Ah, indigo is a real process. I've heard. I haven't started looking into it too much yet, but from the little bit I have seen, indigo is a real process. All right, I'm gonna put those up. You're never late, Miss Nessa. You are where you need to be when you need to be there. Okay, this one is number 17, lady slippers. There are 2 available. And yeah, that's fairly true. Might be a little bit more purple. I don't know. To me, it looks true, but okay. On my device, it's true. There's like a purple and it's got like a grayish tone to it here and a nice pink. Thank you, Miss Denise. This is a lady slippers. It's 100% superwash, 4 ounces, 393 yards. It's a number 2 yarn. Oh, sounds like fun, Nessa. Thank you, Miss Yolanda. I will get you wrote down in just a second, sweetheart. All right, Miss Mandy, thank you very much. I will write you down. Okay, this next one I called Fauna. There are 2 available. It is number 16, 100% superwash, 4 ounces, 393 yards. And that is a very true color on my device. Well, what happened, Miss Puddin'? What's wrong? And I missed Miss Denise. Oh my goodness. All my you take oak moss and ferment it in a few weeks. It makes a lovely wine color. Oh, that is awesome. I wonder if the moss that grows on all the trees, like close to the ocean. I wonder if that would do anything. We have lots of prickly pears around here. I'm waiting for them to go ripe so that I can stop on the side of the road and pick some. I've been just aching to die with them. Thank you, Sandra. And for the super chats that I wrote down now, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, my friends. This next one is Aphrodite. It is again 100% superwash, 4 ounces, 393 yards, and there are two available. One is number 15. And it's fairly true. I think the pinks are a little more brighter than what they're showing on the screen. It's $25 per hank, free shipping inside the USA. I hope you guys had a lovely weekend and got some crafting done. I spent all kinds of time with the king and didn't get any kind of crafting done. Well, less pokey is always welcome when working with prickly pears for sure. The first time I ever actually seen a prickly pear in real life, not on a movie. Um, I knew exactly what it was. I just was really amazed to actually see one growing. And I picked one. They were ripe, so I picked one and brought them home and had my kids try them. They said that it was a little sandy for them. They thought it was a little too gritty for them, but they liked the flavor. I was just happy that they tried them. My kids were a little bit fussy about trying stuff sometimes. Um, and since I brought up the kids, I want to send out a happy birthday to my youngest. Today she turns 17. So happy birthday, Ariana. I love you very much. They grow up so very, very fast. All right. This one is called a Griffin. There are two available at $25 a piece. It's 100% superwash, 4 ounces, 393 yards. It is a roving style yarn. And this is number 14. And I do have some yarns that were on last month's sale. We will go through those last tonight. Um, and some of them were spoken for. Unfortunately, the person was not able to proceed with the order as intended. So I do have quite a few more hanks than I initially thought I was going to have for this. Thank you, Miss Kendra. All right, this next one is Cornish Pixie. It's number 13. This one is 100% superwash, 4 ounces, 393 yards, and it's more purple than what you're seeing. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't like purple either. Yeah, I'm real big into the witchy stuff, which includes, the Harry Potter series, and Cornish pixies were quite awesome in those movies. I thought that was, cool to see that Mobius done. Hello, Granny D. Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. We're almost halfway done through our list. We're gonna move on. And I will put these on my community tab as well as in my Facebook group. So if there's something that you want after the sale, feel free to reach out to me at any time on whatever platform or whatever way suits you best. This is number 12, Midnight Goddess. And it's fairly true to color. It might be a little bit more uh, bright than what you're seeing, but it's fairly true. It's number 12. Mm, Yeah, black is a very, very hard color to get. Um, when I was trying to get black, which you'll see in just a couple hanks, um, I got nothing close to black. This time I was trying for purple. I wanted a deeper purple, and I got black. So I guess if I want one color, I just have to remember what color that I need to go for instead of the color that I want. Thank you, Miss Mandy. All right, this next one I called Faye. This is a number 11. There are two available. And that's fairly true to color. Some greens and blues and kind of a tealy color where the greens and blues mix. I seen, speaking of Faye, I seen a craft project on Facebook today that I might just have to go and track down the stuff to make it because it was wickedly cool. It was a miniaturized skeleton inside of, well, it had a wooden base and a glass dome bubble. I don't know what you call it. But on the bottom, they had like moss and they had the skeleton, and then they used some kind of leaves as wings. And they also put a little sign that said "Do not open." So essentially, it looked like a skeletonized fairy creature. It was wickedly cool. I might just have to search that on the stuff so that I can make me one because that was so awesome. I mean, I love the witchy stuff, the fairies and the pixies and gnomes and all that, woodland sprites and whatnot. But I also love the dark, collect skulls and whatnot here between the king and I. So that would just marry those two so perfectly together. All right. And this next one is a self-striping tonal yarn that also has like a blue jean effect to it, because what I did is I took this yarn from the hank, put it into a cake, and then cranked it through my Addy Express, the little miniature Addy, and then I dyed the sock blanks, or the blanks, from that. So the little white bits that you see in there that kind of give it the blue jean effect is because it was dyed while in a knitted piece. Um, but it goes from from a dark green into a tealy color, into a navy blue, into a bright blue. This one I called Magic Meadow. It is a number 10. I would really like to get the larger Addy so I don't have to crank quite so many rounds out, but I really enjoyed doing this technique, even though it took quite a bit longer because, of course, then I had to, let it dry and then rehank it. And, it's a lot of extra steps and process, but it was a lot of fun. And I think that whoever makes a project out of this will have a really, really awesome project when they're done. Well, thank you, Bear. I think the names take me twice as long as the as actually dyeing the yarn. Yeah, it kind of does look just like that, don't it? But I didn't want to do too many of them just in case, people weren't interested, because, I never know, which way to go. I know people want or like the thicker yarns and stuff like that. Um, but I haven't really had, when I've done the thicker yarns, I haven't had good luck moving the thicker yarns. So I stick with the thinner yarns myself, because if I end up getting stuck with them, I'm going to actually crochet or knit with the thinner yarns. I don't really have any use myself for a 4-weight yarn most of the time. I don't really care for anything. Well, I will use a 4-weight. 4 is the absolute biggest that I will go. And oh, don't do that. Don't do. Thank you. Um, Look at the yarn. Just look at the yarn. That's all I want you to look at. Uh, Darn unpredictable cameras. All right. Now, this next one, I have 4 of them available. Again, you do not have to take all 4 if you like them. The reason I have 4 of these yarns is someone asked me to do 4 at a specific, it's a 2-weight yarn. It's 393 yards. It's a roving and no sparkle. Yeah, the yarn is up here. The yarn is up here. But I was trying for a black or a gray and got something completely different. So there are 4 of them. They were dyed in the exact same bath at the exact same time. This one is called Midnight Moonlight. And if these do not sell, I am planning to over dye them. Um, they're not my favorite, I will be honest, but I have had quite a few people say that they absolutely love them. So I do realize that when I am dyeing yarn, I'm not dyeing only for me. Not everyone loves the colors I love. Yeah, it is very mauve. Um, it is a pretty color. It's just not in my palette of colors that I like to use. Um, but it is, it's pretty, and it's got little shocks of like blue. Yeah, that's one thing when dyeing with natural colors or kitchen, food colors or whatever. What happens is very unpredictable sometimes. I realize that you can get, different color effects out of, like, acid dyes, the dharmas and jacards and stuff, and they break too. I do realize that, but those seem to be a little bit more precise. But would make a good sized project anyways. Alright. I will show you guys this one just because I wanted you to see the colors, but this one is already spoken for, so I'm gonna show it to you, and then, we'll go on to the next one. But this one here, I named for my good friend Wanda, Navy Mommy. She is a moderator on my Facebook group for me and a wonderful friend, uh, that I met here on the YouTube streets, and she really enjoys the color green. When I see this color come out of the pot, I absolutely knew what I had to name it at that moment, and I named it, Magnificent Wanda. So this one is, going to her. Right. So this was an over dye. This was a, Creative Grandma's yarn from Knit Crate is where I got this yarn from. It was a white and speckled yarn that I just decided I didn't wanna work with, so I over dyed it. She is. Wanda is a truly wonderful, wonderful lady. I just fell in love with her, the last few years talking to her back and forth and, whatnot. She truly is a wonderful lady. Now, this one here, again, are over dyes. They started their lives as a hand-dyed yarn from Hobby Lobby. So they are 100% superwashed. They're 4 ounces, 400 yards, dyed with kitchen safe cotton. This is Magic Forest, and Magic Forest is number 7. And again, these were some speckled yarns that I got out of Hobby Lobby. And well, I think that sale was like 3 or 4 years ago. And I just never found a project that they would work in for me. So I had the dye pots going. I actually had a little extra dye left in the pot after I got done dyeing another yarn. And I didn't want to let that yarn or that dye in the pot um, go to waste. So I decided just to grab some more yarn off the shelf and throw it in, see what happened, 'cause couldn't ruin it. I already wasn't using it. So if it didn't turn out, then it didn't turn out. If it did turn out, hallelujah. And I'm happy with the results. So well, thank you, Chris. Ooh, nice hot tea. Yum, yum. All right. So the rest of these have all you guys have all seen in previous sales. This one here is red. Oh goodness, don't do that. Don't do that. This one is red jasper. Number 6 on our list. And there's just one available. It is 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon, 437 yards. Now, this is a plied yarn. So the rest of our yarns are all plied yarns. And for the ones that haven't spun before, the difference between applied yarn and a single strand of roving yarn, not only is the roving yarn can vary from one spot to the other a little bit. The plied yarn is better for like sweaters, socks, stuff that's going to take a lot of wear and tear, that's going to be on and off the body quite a bit, things that need a little bit more strength. Where the roving yarn is now, it can be used for sweaters and whatnot. However, it is truly best for like shawls and things that are just going to lay on you rather than to be put on and off. Only because when you ply the yarns, they add strength to one another. When you have just a single roving yarn, it doesn't have the strength or the durability as a plied yarn does. Um, so when you're choosing your project, keep that in mind. Like I said, obviously, there are no rules. You can do what you want with your yarn. However, there are certain yarns that are better for certain jobs than others. Yeah, that would be really pretty in a phoenix type project, right? Next is Tiger's Eye. Again, it is 75-25 superwash merino and nylon, 437 yards, and a number 2 yarn. This one is number 5. Yeah, that wild and free top is really pretty by Miss Ivy and Jen. I appreciate you guys for coming in and spending time with me tonight. Even though we're not doing our regular hangout, I just thought there are so many lives. It's so hard to get into a spot where you're not going live when someone else is live. And since I already have my lives on Monday night, I figured let me try this and see if it works. If it don't, I will choose another night. It's not a problem. I just, I don't like stepping on anyone's toes. I don't like going live when other people are live. And I do realize that there's really no such thing as stepping on other people's toes because it's a great big internet and people go where they want to go when they want to go there. And that is completely fine. I feel weird about it. So I do try not to do that if I don't absolutely have to, or it's not something special like last week's party. All right, this next one is rose quartz, and oh, it actually is true to color. I love it. It's 75-25 and 437 yards. This one is number 4. And I will go ahead and put these on my community tab as well as in my Facebook group. So for ease and convenience, after the live. We only have 3 more to go through. So we're almost there. Crazy night at Lulu's house. There's just one of this one, unfortunately. I dyed this one and the next couple and the last two back when I was only dyeing one hank of each color, but then, everyone asked me to do more than one hank of each color, so I have to accommodate that, you know, try to make everybody happy. Alright. Alright, our next one is blue lace agate. It's number 3, 7525 superwash merino and wool, 437 yards. And it's fairly true. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's fairly true. Pretty close. Anyways, on my screen. And just a reminder, I did put up a tutorial for the stitch of the month. So if you make anything with that, post it on our community tab or send me an email, hit me up on Facebook, however it works for you, with a picture of your finished project, and you will be automatically put on the list for appreciation, our live appreciation giveaway. Still not sure what to call that. Hello, Miss Wanda. We were just talking about you. All good stuff, of course. Now, this one is a delphinium. There is only one available of this one. It is 7525 and 437 yards. It's number 2. Hello, Miss Debbie. Welcome in. And again, this one is fairly true to color. Got greens and blues. Love how the wax stamp turned out looking quite like the yarn in this one. I do try to do that with the stamps. I try to get some of the colors that are in the yarn in the wax as close as possible anyways, to make my wax stamp. Now, when I'm not able to do that, I just pick some fun colors to go together, but, I do try to. Hello, Miss Mimi Tammy. You're never late, sweetheart. You are exactly where you need to be when you need to be there. Hello, Miss Kim. Welcome in. All right. This is our last one. It is Hemdale. There are 3 available for this one. And it, of course, is number 1 on our list. And like you said, you do not have to take all 3. If you would like just 1 or 2, that's more than fine. And that is actually very true to color, at least on my device. A little crazy getting used to the camera that moves itself around, and I can't block off my messy couch, like I normally can with my regular camera. But I'm quite happy that you guys can see the colors correctly, at least for most of them. Okay. Well, there we go. that is the yarns that we have. I will put everything on community tab, what is left, which is most of it. I kind of figured that would happen as late as this live started tonight, and being that Mama G and Dee just did their live, and our wonderful friend Crystal over at the Yarny Chicken Crazy Cat Lady is having her live sale this next week. So she does sell hand spun yarn. If you're looking for any of that, head over to her place. I believe on Friday. Usually when she does it, anyways. I know I will be in there supporting and showing my love and looking at all that beautiful stuff that she spins up. So make sure that you check that out. And we will, of course, be back here next Monday night for our regular crafty fun chat. Yeah, I think I have a few more. Oh, there we go. We'll give those out tonight so that after the live ends. All right, Miss Maribel, I will write you down for that. The camera is an Insta360. It actually takes video in a 360 degree. It's got a lens on both sides, and it actually overlaps a little bit what it can see. So it actually does a full 360 video at one time, or I mean, you can do a flat video as well. You're welcome, sweetheart. I will be going tonight after the live and writing down all of our members and adding them into our giveaway for our lives for the month. We already have over 70, well, we have 80 people already in our live giveaway draw so far. So awesome. Love to see that. And of course, we will be drawing some more here very, very soon. We didn't make our goal tonight, but that's all right. We still can draw 5 names to add uh, into the giveaway. We'll make it easy for the entry word tonight. We're going to type a yarn in the chat to be eligible to get into the live giveaway draw. What you will be winning is a chance to win later on, so you will not have to email me or anything like that. All you have to do is be at the last live or the very first live of the month so that you know if you're drawn or not. Thank you, Miss Tammy. I will get you wrote down. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so goofy. Well, well, thank you, Miss Mimi. I absolutely love riding with the king. I would love to be able to have my own bike eventually one day. But for now, I'm very, very happy to ride with my king whenever we go out on the bike. It's always a good time spending time with him. trying to get everything put up because once this live's done, I need to decompress for a little while, and I have a massive amount of editing to do tonight. There we go. Hey, at least we made it so that the yarn all fits in the crate now. And I am still working on a project I've been working on since last month with one of my hand dyed yarns. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to spend crocheting. I've been so busy doing all the other things, just haven't had a whole lot of time to sit and cook. All right, I'm going to be over on the other screen, so I won't be able to see you for just a moment, but I will be back as soon as we get these names drawn. We're going to draw 5 winners, and each winner gets into the giveaway draw one time. And this is just an appreciation for you coming to spend some time with me. Thank you, Miss Sally, for being here, and congratulations. And good news from the king today. He got to go to work and actually worked today, so their computers were finally back up. He was out of work all last week because the computer systems at work crashed. And congratulations, Miss Maribel. And that's a beautiful picture of you, by the way. Miss Sandra, congratulations. Diane Major, congratulations. I so wish I would have had a camera with me the other day when I went out and fed Tiny. It was absolutely precious. I went out and I fed him, um, and I realized that his swimming pool was about empty. So he's got his pen is kind of the original pen, and then we added on to it, and we took out a panel so that he can go to both sides. So when I bring water into his pen, what I do is I put food on the other side, and I open up the gate all the way, which closes him in to one half of the pen, and I can get in and out, giving him water or whatever he needs, putting bedding in, without having to worry about him sneaking out or something like that. Not that he's ever done it, but I live on a very, very busy road, and I fear that if he got out there and got running around and got scared, he could get up close to the road. So we take precautions. I brought him in like 2 5-gallon bucket full of water and put him in. He's got a miniature swimming pool, just like the kind you get your toddler, the plastic, they fall apart in a year type swimming pools. Um, because he's gone through 3 of them already this summer, and I haven't been able to afford to buy him, like, a metal one because I've bought, like, all these other ones to keep him cool and keep him, plenty of water out there because pigs get dehydrated very easy and they get overheated very easy, so they need plenty of water. Well, I brought that water in, and I was playing with him and petting on him, and he was chuffing and having a good time, running around the pen, acting all kinds of crazy, just, being a happy boy. And after I got done petting him and hanging out with him for a little while, I went outside of the pen and closed it up, and he was still chuffing away and letting me know that he wasn't done having snuggles or lovin's. And so I stayed there and I was petting on him, and then all of a sudden he turned around and made a beeline for his swimming pool. He got into his pool and proceeded to flop down on his side and then do like a fishy splash around, and then he got back up and splashed down the other. He did this for about 10, 15 minutes where he was rolling in his swimming pool, just having the time of his life. I wish I would have had my camera out there. I completely didn't bring my nothing out with me when I went out. But now I'm seriously thinking about putting our trail cam out there to see if I can catch him doing that again because it was the most adorable thing I have ever seen. This piggy out there just having a big time splashing in his swimming pool. He is just nuts. And since we expanded the dog's yard, and I put that in quotes because this last weekend when the king and I were spending a little time outside. I don't know if I told everybody, but I did tell a couple people that I was looking at a baby sheep a couple weeks ago. And I seriously thought about getting in the car and going and getting it. But the little baby sheep was like on the other side of Atlanta. And Atlanta is a good 3.5 hours from me. So I didn't know if I really wanted to mess with Atlanta traffic plus that long drive to go get a little baby sheep. So I didn't go. I wish I would have, but I didn't. Now, the king this last week told me that he fully supports me going out and finding up to two little animals, whether they be goat, sheep, or goat and sheep. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to pick one, so he did put that stipulation on, which I don't have a problem with that. I prefer the smaller goats myself. I like the little fainting goats and the Nigerian dwarf goats and stuff like that better. But I am now keeping my eyes open for a little baby sheep and a little baby goat. So I'll probably look harder in the spring. Um, but hopefully, hopefully, we will have a sheep around here so that oh yeah, the goat and the sheep will get along. As long as they're raised together, they will be just fine together. And you can actually even throw a donkey out there with them, and the donkey will protect the flock. Well, thank you, Miss Maribel. I will get that out to you in the mail probably tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and pack out because there's only just a couple orders tonight. I will pack those out and run them up to the post office before I go to sleep in the morning. So as long as you send me an email, I will send you your tracking information so that you know exactly when to expect your order. I don't know, like I don't know. The alpaca I'm not really interested in, but the sheep are really sounding awesome. And I thought about doing some rabbits as well once we get the land clear, so I can have the rabbits far away from the house. Because yeah, I don't want bugs. Right? That's what I'm thinking. I could go out, I could have like a whole video series, right? I could, start from, you know, myself. I would have to learn how to, quit doing that. Brief. Okay. Thank you. Uh, I would have to, of course, learn how to shear because, I'm not going to pay someone to come in and shear one sheep. Um, but that would be fun, I think. And, especially if you raise them up from babies, if you raise them when they're babies, they become so sweet and wonderful, right? Fiber bunnies would be all kinds of fun. Oh, I would totally dig a petting zoo, Miss Diane, for sure. Yeah, I like my animals to all have, a friend that is at least somewhat like them, um, so that they have someone to talk to. Like, all my cats have, other kitties to play with. My dogs, I made sure that we kept a puppy so that my dog would have, a playmate and someone to talk to and whatnot. I'm just I'm weird like that. Excuse me. Mm. A sheep stand can be helpful for shearing. Right, yeah, I'm definitely no spring chicken no more. Yeah, I used to have, bunnies when I was younger, never Angoras, but, just about every other breed, including the Rexes. Those guts they feel like crushed velvet. They're amazingly wonderful bunnies. Yeah, Sally is a very, very talented lady. Well, all of you are very talented in my eyes, but, yeah, all the fun stuff. One day I'll have it. I'll keep dreaming and keep building till I do. What I hope to have here eventually is a self-sustained little hobby farm where I can grow at least 90% of what we eat, is my goal. And because I want to do a bunch of canning and dehydrating and all the rest of it. We have another little section of property where we might be able to utilize for doing some of that as well. Only 2 left. Oh, baby doll sheet. I bet they're just absolutely wonderful to run your fingers through them. Yeah, well-kept secret. I went out and, I picked all of my, well, I didn't pick all of it, most of it. My oregano and my basil and my catnip, and I dried all that, and, today I had to go out. I have a drying rack that's made of cloth, that expands out and whatnot. Well, after I took the herbs out to finish processing the last of them, I left it wide open because there was some bits that I needed to get out of there yet. So today I'm cooking and I look out my, kitchen window, and one of the kitties got up inside the herb drying rack and was taking a nap inside of it because I left the that section unzipped. Them wild kitties are absolutely nuts, but they're definitely worth it? Well, I suppose, friends, it has been an hour and a half, and I have loads left to do tonight. Lots of videos to edit and get up on both channels, as well as taking and making sure I got all the pictures that I need and get those posted. I will get that done as soon as possible. We'll be back Monday night for sure at 8:30. Right. Cats are crazy. But I have enjoyed spending time with you guys. Next week, we'll just be doing craft and chat again. Bring your yarn and your hook and, you know, your smiles and good times because they're always welcome over here. But we will see you later. Until next time. Bye for now, my friends.